Jeff the Homestead Dad, and we are out in the barn working on making some soil blocks. This is my soil blocker. I just realized you guys can see one of the dibbles is gone. So I don't know where it's at, if it's in some soil someplace. You found it?
Yep.
Oh, even perfect. We found the dibble, even better. I'll see if it'll fit back in there. But I've added some water to the soil mixture.
Can I try to mix it with my hands?
Just a second, sweetheart. I've added some water. I'm going to try to get it to the right consistency. Then you scoop it up with this and plop it out into the tray. So I'm going to put this dibble back in there and then we'll get after it. Soil blocker, you rock it in like this. Well, I got it in most of it, but not all. Still, that middle one doesn't want to get it. Okay, so that's pretty good. Scrape it out. You can see it's scraped out, ready to go. Bring it over to the tray like this. Pull the trigger. Soil blocks. I'm going to have to add a little bit more water here, I think, because we're getting dry again. This is going to end badly, I'm sure of it. Okay, so once you've got your tray mostly full, you can see some of them are not perfectly formed, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the seeds to these blocks, and then I'll take some of the dry potting soil that I have here, wet it just slightly, and kind of cover over, just sprinkle over the seeds so that they're covered. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to need to look back at this video to watch. So these 6 blocks I'm going to put in broccoli, and maybe I'll do 10. So I'll do these 6 and the first 4 here away. So this opening side right here, just so I can remember, this opening side is going to be away from where the broccoli is. So, and this is all of my seeds, or most of my seeds this year, are M.I. Gardner. This is purple broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli. So I'm going to go ahead and get some of these seeds out, put them in here, and what I typically do is I'll take, you can see the broccoli seeds, you probably won't be able to see, are, it's going to roll off my hand. It's that little black dot there. I'm going to put probably 3, I'll probably put 3 in each, because there's like 200 seeds in here, and I'm not ever going to use all those. So you can see, that's a ton of seeds right there. So I'm just going to grab a couple more. Oh, I missed it. I'm trying to make sure I get it down in that hole. So I'm going to put it in there. And then, I don't know if I'm going to take extra soil. So last year, I just kind of left them. Because technically, you don't need to put extra soil on top of them. But it's easier, I feel like it's easier for them to sprout if you put a little bit of something over top of them. So, little less sound effects over there, darling. What? A little less sound effects, please.
Okay, fine.
So, I'm mostly getting them in the hole. These broccoli seeds are be really hard to get off of the soil blocker if you don't get them in. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can be able to see this. I've got all of the stuff in there. What I'm thinking is I may just take a little bit and just put it right over top like that. Just take a little bit, put it over top, and what I want to do is make sure that it's just barely touching down. Okay. So that it's making contact with the seed, but it's almost nothing there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to put a little bit over top like that. Push it down so that it's got good soil contact. And the nice thing about the soil blocks is they hold the water really well. So I typically, see, I don't want that big wood chip over top. That won't work out well. I'll take a mix of potting soil and compost, so it kind of has a little feed, because I try to do as much organically as possible. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 rows of spearmint. We'll probably do 3 rows of lavender, a couple rows of cilantro, and a couple rows of basil. So let's go ahead and do that now. There, see, look what you're doing. You're making a mess. Okay? I don't want a mess. Yeah, you're making a huge mess. You're going to have to go outside in the rain and take a shower.
Yeah, I love showers.
Yeah. Okay, I've decided I'm going to do 2 of spearmint, 2 of lavender, 2 of basil, and 3 of cilantro. So let's go ahead and get started. So first with the spearmint. Ooh, oh my goodness.
What?
I don't know if you guys can see that. These are the seeds for spearmint. Holy smokes, they're little. Oh my goodness. I don't know how I'm going to do like one at a time.
Can I see?
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my. Those are tiny.
Those are super tiny, dude. So all the seeds have been planted. I've tamped them down. The ones that were super, super small seeds, like the basil and the lavender and the spearmint, I really didn't pull any dirt over top of them. I just kind of tapped them into the soil so they were making good, positive contact with the soil. The ones that were a little bit bigger, like the cilantro, I kind of pulled some soil over, but not a whole lot. I mean, I think the rule of thumb for seeds is you want to bury them like just the depth of the seed, like 2 or 3 times the depth of the seed. So if it's a really small seed, you just want a dusting over top of it. So I'm gonna go take this tray, I'm gonna go put it over in the growing rack, and then tomorrow I'm hoping to get some stuff started in the raised beds over by the house, probably some lettuce, maybe some kale, stuff like that. As you can see, we got the go-kart going, we got people biking, we got the golf cart going. We just had dinner at the new picnic table. I think that's going to be the home fort for now. So things are going well tonight. Been a good day. Like I said, everybody's having fun. We got a bunch of stuff done around the house. I actually went. Yep, you want to say hi? Lucy's saying hi. We so milked the cow. We watched church this morning, did a couple things around the house, and then I made a trip to the grocery store. And before I left, I made an order on HomeDepot.com because I wanted to get some more wood. The boys, specifically Josh and Jacob, our oldest boys, were like, hey, can we make more picnic tables? Maybe we can sell them. So I got a whole nother stack of lumber back here, enough to do 2 more picnic tables. So got home, unloaded that, got the grocery stuff, so we will not have to go to the grocery store for at least 2 weeks. We're going to be able to go much, much longer if we don't have to worry about produce. To that end, I'm about to go plant in that bed that we just cleaned up the other day. I'm going to plant some lettuce, some spinach, stuff like that. Mostly lettuces and spinach. I think there might be a kale in here. But I want to get that going so that we can get some of our own lettuce, so we don't have to go buy bag lettuce and heads of lettuce at the store. So let's go over there and get that done. Okay, so we're out here by the raised bed. I'm just going to do 1 bed tonight. It's funny because this fella right here was just like, it's going to take so long though, and then we won't be able to drive the golf cart. And I was like, no, it should really only take a minute. Like, we already prepared the bed. You can see it's all prepared. Most of the stuff is out of it. I've made my little furrows. So the first furrow, I'm going to put in kale. Then I'm going to put in Swiss chard. Then I'm going to put in spinach. Then there's a couple different types of lettuce that are supposed to be spaced a little bit further apart. And then these ones that are closer here are smaller heads of lettuce. So all of this stuff right here is going to be for making salad. And then the cool weather right now should make it super sweet. I'm really looking forward to it. And what did you tell me about spinach? He said, like, when I said we're going to grow spinach, you said, like what?
Spinach dip.
Like spinach dip. They love to make spinach dip with their mom. He's like, I don't think I've ever seen spinach. And I was like, well, you have, you just don't realize it. But this year he'll see spinach, and I'll let him help pick it, and he'll know that he's seen spinach. And then there'll be that connect, like, oh, spinach to spinach dip, this is how we do it. So that's the plan. Let's get to planting. Yep, so he's going to start planting, and it says to plant them every 2 inches, so he's going to do his best to plant them every 2 inches. We have extra seed here, MI Gardener seed. This is a little bit older, but I have a feeling it'll be fine. So we're going to go ahead and plant this pretty heavy because it's older seed, and then we'll just thin as necessary. But so this is going to be the first thing. Premier kale.
I think I went too far.
That's okay, keep going. Just put them in, we got lots of seed. Good job, dude.
Like bullet.
Lost one helper. Jonah went on a ride in the golf cart down there making that path through the woods. I can show you hopefully later. I gained another helper. So far I've done kale, hold on, sorry, kale, Swiss chard, spinach, and then 2 rows of carrots. And then the rest of this is going to be lettuce. So when I forget, I'm going to come back here, or I'm going to ask you guys, okay, what did I plant here? So kale, Swiss chard, spinach, 2 rows of carrots, and now I've got like 4 or 5 different types of lettuce that I'm going to go ahead and plant here with the help of my lovely assistant, Grace. And then we'll be done. Little gem butterhead lettuce that she's planting right here. And you can see I'm just putting little white tags at the end of each row. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while Grace keeps on planting that row. And then we'll plant the rest of the lettuce down here. Okay, so she just did little gem butterhead. She's doing red romaine now right there. And then we're going to do Hanson's improved crisp head, freckles romaine, and then bib butterhead lettuce. And that will finish out the garden. And then I'll show you, we just kind of put a little bit of soil over top of it, very, very little, because the seeds are so small, they don't need a whole lot of soil on top of them. And then I'm gonna go grab the spray head to gently mist these in and get it all soaked in. And then we're gonna be done for the night. So this will be just a couple more minutes and we'll be done. Here's all of our furrows. I don't know if you guys can see the seeds in here. You can see these seeds, they're the little round ones. These ones are a little bit round too. These ones you're not gonna be able to see at all. These ones you'll probably be able to see a little bit, but then these lettuce seeds are really, really small. So all I'm gonna do now is just put a little bit, just a little bit of dirt, not much at all, on top of these. And then I've got to be careful when I start spraying them in that I don't spray them all out of the furrows, because that would be a bummer. So, and actually these ones can have a little bit more because they're a little bit bigger. These ones, same thing. Like, so I think it goes with the size of the seed is how deep you plant it, obviously. And it's like, I don't know, twice the size of the seed. So like these ones are down, and I'll probably put my gloves on and just pat them down like this so they make good ground contact. And then I'll water them in. So I'll probably have my lovely assistant Grace help me out, and then we'll water these in. Yeah, that'll work. Just a little bit. There you go. I don't know, but I think so. Good. That's good. Just like that, we've got a garden bed planted and hopefully ready to grow. This week is going to be nice. Weather's going to be warm, so hopefully the soil warms up. Germination is good, and we get stuff starting to come up. Obviously, I'm going to have to weed in here from like the grass. There's still grass roots in there. But yeah, I'm super excited. The kids are excited to have me come down and look at the path that they made today, so let's go ahead and get on the golf cart and head down there. Ready to go?
Yeah!
All right, let's go. Turn.
It's candy wrap.
Yeah, why don't you grab those?
Okay.
Grab those.
Oh.
The kids were making a mess. Gotta clean them up. Here, why don't you hand them to me? They're not gonna stay there. Let's continue on our ride. Ready?
Yeah!
Here we go.
Know the way again.
boys rode their bikes down. I think they want to mountain bike down their path. So there's Jacob and Josh. They rode their bikes. Jonah and I came on the golf cart.
Oh yeah. Want to see the path?
What's that? Want to watch it go? Yeah, go ahead. Here, we'll come closer.
See it all done. All done.
You want to come this way? We'll watch them go down it. Ooh, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna have you move.
Okay.
This is the path they made. This path, here, you can sit down here. This path was not here. Oh, here. No? That's all right. So, you've gone down here with the golf cart?
Yeah, you can go back upstairs.
Okay, so we're gonna try this. Here we go. This could probably be brushed out a little bit. What I really want to make sure of is there's no sharp stumps that are gonna pop the tires. Woo! There we go, and we're down onto our main path. The path that I made before we even moved out here. So now they say we can go up that hill too. So right up there is where we're gonna build the house, where we came down. So right back where Jacob is. In fact, Jacob, why don't you go up the path so you can kind of see where it's at. Oh, Josh is gonna run up it. Jacob's gonna ride up it. So that's heading right towards where our basement will be when we decide, or when we get to build, which is kind of, we're trying to figure that out now. So we're gonna back up and we'll go up that hill. I can get up here. It's definitely not as steep as the other hill. It's got a little bit more, it's more gradual. Here we go. Golf cart driving up the hill. This is probably the steepest part right here at the end. Oh, that brush right there can be trimmed out. And then this will be where our house will be when we build. Which hopefully is soon. Hi guys, so that's the end for this 2-day vlog. We started some seeds in the barn in soil blocks. I just planted those seeds in the raised bed, and hopefully they do well. What are you guys planting? Hopefully you're planting something. We all need to be planting something these days. Get a little bit more food security. I think we're going to do a little bit better job this year of looking for wild raspberries and collecting those and stuff like that, just because we can and we should. So thank you guys so much for watching. God bless you and your family, and
See you in the next video.
see you in the next video.